Blasting operation 302. 302.1 General blasting shall be carried out in manner that completes the excavation to the lines indicated in drawings with least disturbance to adjacent material. It shall be done only with the written permission of the engineer. All the statutory laws, regulations, rules, etc. pertaining to the acquisition, transportation, storage, handling, and use of explosive, all such shall be strictly followed by the contractor. The contractor may adopt any method or methods of blasting consistent with the safety and job requirements. Prior to starting any phase of the operation, the contractor shall provide information describing pertinent blasting procedure, dimensions, and notes. The magazine for the storage of explosives shall be built to the design and specification of the explosives. Department concerned and located at the approved site. The storage place shall be clearly marked danger explosive. The contractor shall be liable for the property damage, injury, or death resulting from the use of explosive. All permits shall be obtained by the contractor. No unauthorized person shall be admitted into the magazine, which, when not in use, shall be kept securely locked. No matches or inflammable material shall be allowed in the magazine. The magazine shall have an effective lighting conductor. The following shall be hung in the lobby of the magazine: a copy of the relevant rules, regulations, safe storage, both in English and the language with which the workers concerned are familiar, a statement of up-to-date stock in the magazine, a certificate showing the last date of testing of the lighting conductor, and a notice that smoking is strictly prohibited. All explosives shall be stored in a secure manner in compliance with all laws and ordinances, and all such storage shall be marked. Apply storage shall be provided to the satisfaction of the engineer, and in general not closer than 300 meters from the road or from any building or camping area or place of human occupancy. In addition to these, the contractor shall also observe the following instruction and any further additional instruction which may be given by the engineer, and shall be the responsible for the damage to property and any accident which may occur to workmen or public on account of any operations connected with storage. Handling or use of explosive and blasting: the engineer shall frequently check the contractor compliance with these precautions. 302.2 Materials, Tools and Equipments. All the materials, tools and equipments used for blasting operations shall be of approved type. The engineer may specify the type of explosive to be allowed in special cases. The fuse to be used in wet location shall be sufficiently water resistant as to be unaffected when immersed in water for 30 minutes. The rate of burning of the fuse shall be uniform and definitely known to permit, such as length being cut as will permit sufficient time to the firer to reach safely before explosion take place. Detonators shall be capable of giving effective blasting of the explosive. The blasting powder, explosive, detonators, fuses, etc. shall be fresh and not damaged due to dampness, moisture, or any other cause. They shall be inspected before use and damaged articles shall be discarded totally and removed from the site immediately. Three not 2.3 Personal. The blasting operation shall remain in the charge of competent and experienced supervisor and workmen who are thoroughly acquainted with the details of the handling explosive and blasting operations. Blasting operations. The blasting shall be carried out during the predetermined hour of the day, preferably during the midday luncheon hour or at the close of the work as ordered in the writing by the engineer. The hour shall be made known to the people in the vicinity. The contractor shall notify each public utility company having structures in proximity to the site of the work of his intention to use explosives. Such notice shall be given sufficiently in advance to enable the compliance to each to take such steps as they may deem necessary to protect their property from injury. In advance of any blasting work, within 50 meters of any railway track or structures, the contractor shall notify the concerned railway authority of the location, date, time, and approximate duration of such blasting operation. Red danger flags shall be displayed prominently in all directions. People except those who actually light the fuse shall be prohibited from entering this area, and all persons, including workmen, shall be removed from the flagged area at least 10 minutes before the firing. A warning siren shall be founded for the above purpose. Only controlled blasting shall be resorted to along with the safeguard above at location where built up area, huts and structures in use that is within 200 meters. Similarly, excavation of hard rock without blasting is mandatory where people live. within 20 meters of blast site. The charge holes shall be drilled to required depth and at suitable places. Blasting should be as light as possible, consistent with thorough breakage of the material necessary for economic loading and hauling. Any method of blasting which leads to overshooting shall be discontinued. When blasting is done with powder, the fuse out to the required length shall be inserted into the hole and the powder dropped shall be gently tamped with copper rods with rounded ends. The explosive powder shall then be covered with damping material which shall be tamped lightly but firmly. And blasting is done with dynamite and other high explosive dynamite cartridge shall be prepared by inserting the square cut in of a fuse into the detonator, leaving 1/3 of the copper tube exposed outside. The paper of the cartridge shall then be closed up and securely bound with wire or twine. The primer shall be housed into the explosive. Boreholes shall be cleared of all debris and explosive injected. The space of about 200 mm above the charge shall then be gently filled with dry clay, pressed home, and the rest of the tamping formed of any convenient material gently placed with a wooden rammer at a place at a time. Not more than 10 such charges will be prepared and fired. The man in charge shall blow a siren in a recognized manner for cautioning the people. All the people shall then be required to move to safe distance. The charge shall be lighted by the man in charge only. The man in charge shall count the number of explosions. He shall satisfy that all the charges have been exploded before allowing the workmen to go back to the work site. After blasting operation, the contractor shall compact the loose residual material below subgrade and replace the material removed below subgrade with suitable material. Misfire 302.5 misfire. In case of misfire, the following procedure shall be observed. Sufficient time shall be allowed to account for the delayed blast. The man in charge shall inspect all the charges and determine the missed charge. If it is the blasting powder charge, it shall be completely flooded with water. A new hole shall be drilled at about 450 mm from the old hole and fired. This should blast the old charge. In case it does not blast the old charge, the procedure shall be repeated till the old charge is blasted. In case of charge of gyelenite, dynamite, etc., the man in charge shall gently remove the tamping and the primer with the detonator. A fresh detonator and primer shall then be used to blast the charge. Alternatively, the hole may be cleared of 300 mm of tamping, and the direction then ascertained by placing a stick in the hole. Another hole may then be drilled 150 mm away and parallel to it. This hole shall then be charged and fired. When the misfired hole should explode at the same time, the man in charge shall be at once report to the contractor's office and the engineer all cases of misfire, the cause of the same, and steps were taken in connection therewith. If a misfire has been found to be due to defective detonator or dynamite, the whole quantity in the box from which defective articles was taken must be set to the authority directed by the engineer for inspection to ascertain whether all the remaining materials in the box are also defective. 302.6 Accounts. A careful and day-to-day accounts of the explosive shall be maintained by the contractor in an approved register and manner, which shall be open to inspection by the engineer at all times. In this way, we completed the blasting operation. Thank you.